vintage vibes and the original ukulele scale. I've been really looking forward to bringing you this one. Keep watching. Yeah, hello, welcome back. GotAUkulele review day. As ever, this is your summary video review to accompany the full written review you'll find in the description box down there with a lot more information about this one. You'll also find some links down there where you can do what these people have done. These are my weekly thank yous to people who've donated or thrown me a tip to help keep this site going, because I don't charge brands for advert reviews like some reviewers do. My eternal thanks go to those people. You can do the same if you follow the links down there in the description. And you can do that for absolutely nothing. That really helps the visibility of these videos by subscribing to my YouTube channel if you like this content. Right, I've been looking forward to wanting to do this one for months. I first learned about this in a video that Alex at the Southern Ukulele Store did when he visited Kala HQ during his trip to NAM at the beginning of 2025. And he did a little snippet video showing these off, and I've been drooling after them ever since. They've arrived in the UK. I've got one of each of them here. I'm going to review one of them, and everyone's been talking about them. This is the Kala Pan-Pacific Deluxe 20th Anniversary Soprano, vintage Soprano, vintage vibe, baby. Kala, Mike Upton, 20th anniversary this year for Kala. Mike Upton wanted to do something special. He's done some other 20th anniversary instruments, and he wanted to go back to the real roots of the ukulele and create a little instrument that was reminiscent of those very first Nunez Diaz instruments in Hawaii back in the day. And he's created two models using this stock of Hawaiian koa he bought some years ago, and was wanting to find a use for it. And he's made a standard and a deluxe version of the instruments made of all solid Hawaiian koa. Bias alert. Everyone knows I really like Sopranos. Everyone knows I really like the vintage vibe Sopranos. So I'm naturally going to like this. But is it all mouth and no trousers? Have they just sort of taken a standard Kala and put some decor on it? Well, let's find out, shall we? Beautiful koa. I think the Deluxe gets slightly higher grade koa, but honestly, both of these I've got here are both beautiful. There is shimmer and flame in that wood and stripe, and it's very, very beautiful. They do all vary. I've seen some look very different to others, but it's all very good wood, and it is beautiful. And as I say, very, very vintage vibe, narrow, almost figure of eight shape with a very narrow pinched waist, like the original ukuleles were. It screams that. It absolutely screams that. This is not a standard Kala template Soprano just with some decoration on it. You know, it's been built as a one-off. The bridge is a slot style and made of ebony on this one, rosewood on the standard, holding a straight-topped bone saddle. If I had any criticism, I just ask them to chamfer off these edges a little bit, a bit pointy, minor point. The decoration on the Deluxe goes to the max. You have wooden edge bindings, but around the top edge you get the very, very traditional rope. I think it's ebony or rosewood and maple, something like that. And that also is around the sound hole as well. The standard doesn't get that outer binding, but it does get it round the sound hole. Very, very Nunez styled, and I absolutely love it. You know, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The finish is really not Kala either. This is it's a polygloss, but it's open pore. It does not feel like it's been done on a factory production line. It looks like it's been done by hand. It looks like an old piece of furniture. Really, really impressed with the finish, because the finish has got a vintage vibe as much as the decoration has. I absolutely adore that. Very, very tidy inside, notch linings, regular braces, and a very, very thin top. This is a very lightly built instrument, like the original Hawaiian ukuleles were. Very, very diminutive, very, very thin and small and thin and everything, and light. This is all very good. The neck is made of a kume. I suppose it would have been too much of a stretch to ask them to make that out of koa, but there we are. Wait till we come on to the price, you'll probably understand why. Obvious joint at the heel. There is a joint at the headstock, but I can't really see it at all. Very, very well done. It's glossed. I would prefer it to be satin. I'm trying to be as objective as I can here with my bias. I prefer that to be satin. The nut width is 35mm 28 G2A, a little bit wider than the obvious the regular Carla Sopranos, but still a bit too skinny for me. But as I always say, it's a combination of the profile and the nut width that matters, and this is nice and flattened off on the back, so it's nice and skinny. I find this very, very comfortable. The fingerboard is edge bound in black. On the Deluxe, it is made of ebony. It is rosewood on the standard, and in very traditional ukulele style, it's flush to the top of the body, so it's not raised up as an additional piece. That's very, very traditional, as are the 12 frets, which are very, very traditional down to there. No sharp edges at all. No outward facing dots, but I don't mind that. I think, well, you got side dots for a start at 5, 7 and 10. It would have been nice to have some rope down the middle, but we can't have everything, I suppose. Nice neck, very tidy. Beyond the bone nut is what I really wanted to show you, is the headstock. Well, before we get on to the obvious, it's a crown shape, like most Carlas are, but they have not gone with their standard crown template. They have straightened up the sides, very like the old Ukulele instruments from Hawaii. It looks very vintage as well, and so does that, which is, again, reminiscent of those old Hawaiian instruments that would put sort of crests and heraldry logos here for their brand. But what Carla have done with this one, and this was news to me, Petaluma, which is where the Carla HQ is, was the world centre for arm wrestling championships. So we've got arm wrestlers on it. I really like that, because they've not just gone with some mock heraldry, like, I'm not saying the original Hawaiians were mock, but they've not tried to copy those, but it's got that feel, but with a bit of humour to it. It's fun. It's very fun, playful. That is absolutely great. That's more figured koa facing that headstock as well. I really like these as well. Had they put ears on this instrument, it would have been an absolute crying shame, and I would have screamed. No, they've gone with rear-facing pegs. These are De Young planetaries, so they work like gears. They are as good quality as GotAUPTs. I use these myself. They are very, very good tuners. The difference between the Deluxe is they are in gold trim, and on the standard they're silver. I've never seen them with the buttons this small before, and I presume they've gone with that because this is a very small little headstock, and you wouldn't want to be sort of bumping pegs as you're tuning, so that's a really nice touch. Strings, Savarez fluorocarbon on both of them, and both get a branded gig bag with that same fun logo to it, and this beautiful, beautiful red lining. They're really nice. Never seen a Carla. You don't often see Carla bags. Never seen a Carla bag like that before. I love those bags. What I also love is when I was told about the price, because I really did do a double take. This is £329, and the standard £299. So there's not a lot of price difference between them. For a deluxe solid Hawaiian koa soprano with these sort of appointments and ebony and very, very good tuners, I thought these were going to be pushing 500 quid. It's an absolute stone cold bargain. Now, the snag, they've all gone. I think they're pretty much sold out. This was a limited run done by Mike because they only had limited stocks of this koa. So once they've gone, they've gone. There aren't any more, and they're not making any more. So why am I reviewing it? Well, various reasons. Credit where credit's due. Where a brand does something nice like this, it needs to be shouted about, and they get a pat on the back, and they're going to get an enormous pat on the back from me because I adore this. Also, there's the used market, so you might see them crop up used, so my review may help you for that reason. But also, and you heard it here first, because I don't think this is common knowledge, Carla UK have told me that Carla are making more of these in mahogany, with the same sort of decor, in mahogany, this template, and they're going to become a standard model, which is great news, absolutely great news. You might have missed the boat on the koas, but you're going to get them in mahogany, and I love mahogany sopranos. I love everything about this. I really, really like it. I really, really do. It's so light, 335 grams. The other one weighs exactly the same, 335 grams. It's so little, pretty and tiny. Right, how's it sound? You know how I like my sopranos. They've got to have punch, they've got to have bark. Traditionally the soprano is a rhythmical, percussive instrument, so it's got to have that pep and that bounce. And also, I said I prefer my sopranos to be mahogany because smaller instruments naturally tend towards a brightness, but and mahogany sort of, oh come on, mahogany sort of darkens that a bit and tones down the brightness. But it would be churlish of me to say that there was no place for Hawaiian koa sopranos. Look at the kamakas, they're Hawaiian koa, which provide a richness. You know, you wouldn't want to make one out of spruce. But it's got to have punch, it's got to have bark. Does it have punch and bark? It really does. It's so lightly built. I'm hardly hitting those strings. Pow. Really, really good volume. Sustain's never high on sopranos, but this has got it. And there's a shimmer. Ooh. Playing's all over the place because I'm really hyped about this. I've been so looking forward to doing this. That's got pep, that's got jangle, that's got shimmer. It's what I want a soprano to sound like. It's great. Great. What are the notes like? I love that sound. I'm all over the place with the playing. Wow. They didn't miss on the sound. It's got great pep and bounce and punch, and I love the rich tone to it and that shimmer that comes through. It's got real character to the sound. This isn't like any Kala you'd expect. It's not a factory template. It's from the ground up, clean sheet of paper. Let's make an instrument in the traditional style, and it works so well. It's so light, it projects so well, it's rich, it's shimmery, it's bouncy, it's cheap. 329 quid. My God, Mike, you're giving them away. Well, you have done. They've all gone. Thank you so much. Oh, I said I'd play the other one, didn't I? Oh, honestly, they sound the same. They sound the same. Don't worry about that if you think that one's going to sound better than the other. They don't. They weigh the same, they sound the same, and there's only 30 quid difference between them. Carla, you've absolutely knocked it out of the park with these. I think this is probably going to be one of the most exciting ukuleles you'll see this year. It's a very short run, but I can see this one's possibly getting my Uke of the Year kind of award at the end of the year. I've been so excited about this. I know I'm biased, but look at it. If you want that heritage, that Hawaii old-styley look, this is not just a rebadge of one of their standards. This is very, very accomplished. I can't say enough nice things about this. The collar, Pan Pacific Deluxe, KA-F8D Koa, vintage 20th anniversary, solid Hawaiian Koa, Soprano. I'm in love. I'm in absolute love with it. I think it's absolutely wonderful. And stop rambling. Right, okay. I squeezed that one in, so you've had 2 on the bounce, but I am not here next week. I'll be back the week after that with more reviews towards the end of the year running in the normal way. Thank you very much to Carla for letting me have a look at these. Very, very excited to do that one. I hope you look after yourselves. Take care, be well, and I'll see you in a fortnight. Thanks for watching and your support. Bye.